Hey everybody, Thetonyjohnson here, your customer experience leader. It is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's right, it's time for the great service comeback. So I was talking to a client today, and we were having a long conversation around all the things that needed to get done. And he really started to get overwhelmed with the entire just scope of what needed to happen. And you may feel that way as well. You may be in the middle of reopening. You may be in the middle of bringing your teams back. You may be in the middle of figuring out all of your social distancing rules, what your business is going to be all about in the new economy, and where you're going to take your vision for the future. And that's a lot. So, I think that it's really easy to become overwhelmed. It's really easy to lose sight of what you're doing right now. And it's really easy to think, oh my gosh, there's so much. What do I do with all of this? So today I want to talk to you about bite sizing. And you're probably wondering, well, why are we talking about this on a customer service and growth telecast? And the reason's clear. If you can take care of your team, if you can take care of your customers, if your leadership can seem focused, enthusiastic, and imaginative, and oh, by the way, just a little bit optimistic too, you're going to find that you can actually lead your teams and serve so much better than you ever have before. So that's why bite sizing is such a really important thing. And the other thing I noticed, I have been a big fan of the Masterclass series, and I've been following some of the authors on there. And as I work on my brand new book, they've actually been teaching some really cool things and some tactics to attack a brand new novel. And they talk about outlining and breaking it again into these bite-sized pieces. So it's something I'm seeing out there in the universe, this idea of looking at your next 5 moves. Sure, you want to have a vision. You want to think about exactly where you're going in the future. You want to think about what that grand vision is, but also, what are the next 5 moves? What are the next 3 moves? What is the next move? Think about it in bite-sized pieces, and then you're going to find it's much easier than to tie everything together in a compelling way and to set a vision for the future. The other thing that I've noticed is sometimes when you're looking at the whole field, you lose track of what's right in front of you. And so, again, thinking about strategy is super important, but you can't do it without reinforcing those tactics, those daily behaviors in your team. And again, this is really right part and parcel of this whole idea of bite sizing. So think about how you can really take what you're doing today, all of those key behaviors and tactics, and then drive forward to your much larger strategy. And when you find you do that, you're going to be able to connect your business to your brand, to your productivity, and all of those things are going to lead to tremendous sales growth. And then the last piece I want to share with you is an oldie but a goodie. It's something I think that can really help when you get overwhelmed, and it's the Ohio method. Only handle it once. When I watch people work, when I'm with clients, when I'm out in businesses, and I watch people work, and I see all of the different things they have open on their desktops. I was with an HR friend of mine the other day, and we were talking through some things. 96 things open on this person's desktop. And so I think really thinking about how you can take one piece, finish that piece, move on to the next, and then move on to the next. You're going to find if you can do that, it's a great way, again, to grow your productivity, because every single time you stop a task and begin a new one, you have to sort of reprocess that, sort of go back to the beginning in your mind, and that is absolutely going to take away from what you can accomplish in a given day. So that could be the loudest truck ever, by the way, behind me, but if you think about really, working a task from start to finish, you're going to find that then you are actually going to get things done about 20% more quickly than you could if you jump from task to task to task. Now that's hard, and that takes real commitment, because your mind really does want to jump from thing to thing, because it's much more interesting, much more, motivating, much more stimulating for your mind, but it's terrible for your productivity. So those are the 2 big tips for today. Only handle things once, and that could be replying to emails, phone calls, working on that PowerPoint presentation, or also thinking about taking your huge strategy and breaking it up into bite-sized pieces, because when you do that, you're going to stay much more focused on what's happening right in front of you, and that is where the customer experience lives and breathes, in the moment, one touch point, one impact, one product at a time, and that is why taking this bite-sized approach is the best way to win. So again, we are in the middle of the great service comeback. I'm here to help you. If you have not dialed up my website, igniteyourservice.com/comeback, please do. We can schedule a 45-minute consultation call. In fact, you can do it right there on my website. We can sit down and talk about all of these things and then figure out what's next together. So until next time, I'm Thetonyjohnson, your customer experience leader. Keep your customers at the center of everything you do. That's where amazing things are possible. Talk to you tomorrow.